been an interesting 6 months. I came here with lots of ideas of how the residency would go. The studio, the location, the windows, the public interaction all kind of fed into this 6 months, and it has really been a huge development for me in terms of how I make my work as a digital artist. The most unique part of this residency is the public interaction, and it was something which I'd never had before. It was quite daunting to have that, but I was quite open for that to be part of my work. All these sort of opportunities create this change and this different perspectives, and that, you know, and that happens at in a public level. People can come in and look in and on these windows and see stuff that's happening that they may not understand, they may not know what's going on, but it forms a kind of inquisitiveness about creativity alone. That's, people can be inspired by it and leave with something that, you know, a gallery with finished objects may not offer. My final exhibition is is titled Living, and it's interpreting technology and nature as this living organism. And for that exhibition, I experimented with alginate, which is this algae which has been processed. When I was interested in the chemistry of algae, when you insert it into a high pH environment, it forms a skin in order to protect itself. So I created these small encased skins using small bits of moss. I would create these water-based sculptures, and they're quite symbolic of the way that the environment's controlling natural environments or manipulating natural environments. You know, how technology can modify the natural world, and to create these almost these fictional ecologies. The aquarium was two pieces. One was the projection and the other was the machine. And this is a projection that looked artificial because of the digital light and the way that it seemed it was slow moving. This projection for me was trying to mix together the fact that it was actually made of all natural materials. So everything in the machine, essentially the water, the alginate, the algae, the light, was all choreographed together to make this landscape. And the juxtaposition between being able to see the water and to sense it, and the digital image of it actually looking quite artificial, formed a kind of interesting relationship between the two, and how in fact all of the digital content is made of natural elements. I've had different workshops working with younger kids, 9-year-olds to 15-year-olds, and also 18 to 25-year-olds. And those workshops were using digital techniques which I've developed in order to apply that to archives and the collection for the students, etc., to engage with the V&A through a view that I have of it. It's helpful for me as well because they engage in the process which I do quite intimately in here, but to take it outside and inside a public setting, I see it in a different way, and they get to create work possibly that they never thought they could make. The three-dimensional stuff that they created was generated by one specific photograph from the collection. So they used it as a starting point for their virtual pieces, and these sculptures, these virtual sculptures, were then inhabiting a virtual photograph, a 360-degree photograph of a space within the V&A, which is non-accessible to the public. So the kind of software, the computer software, was allowed to inhabit spaces which were out of limits to physical presence, and the children were able to inhabit that world.